Hi, I'm Sheelaa. I'm Bajaj. I'm a numerologist and I've been doing numerology for over 2 decades. And I'm also a tarot card reader, life coach, a motivational speaker, an author, and I wear many, many different hats. And I do numerology for people who are stuck, who are struggling, who are on crossroads and are wondering, oh my God, nothing's happening. So basically, what is numerology? To begin with, numerology is the science of numbers and planets. Now, every number is connected to a certain planet. Okay, for example, 1 is connected to Sun, 2 is connected to Moon, 3 is connected to Jupiter, 4 is Rahu. So like that, every number is associated with a certain planet. Now when you're born under 2 planets. Your date of birth is your birth number, your date, month and year of birth is your life path number. So you're already ruled by 2 planets. Now these are like your pillars, this is like your foundation, like your parents. It is what gives you who you are, your personality, your life experiences, your friendships, your relationships, the money you attract, the recognition you get, even your learning and your growth, your intelligence, all of this at some level comes from numerology and your planets as well. So let's say you have really bad planets in your date of birth. Now let's say you have like a 4 and 8 or you have a 4 and 7. So that means you're ruled by Rahu and Ketu. So there are basically 3 negative planets, 4, 7 and 8. And there are 2 which are on the negative side but not as bad, which is 2 and 9. And then there are some good planets like 1, 3, 5 and 6. Alright, now let's say you're born with really negative planets. Now people ask me, how does numerology help, or what is the power of doing a name correction? Now the power of numerology is so amazing. Alright, you have, let's say, a lousy date of birth. It's not helping you and it's only given you struggle and strife. Like number 4 people will be able to relate to this. You've only struggled and nothing's ever happened. So what we do is essentially, we can't change your date of birth. What we do is we make that change in your name. The power of the name is made so strong that it overrides the negative effects in the date of birth. So basically it overrides the kitch you're going through and it makes you powerful and strong. Suddenly people are different after a name correction. Suddenly people are able to overcome their obstacles. Suddenly you stop attracting those kind of problems in your life. There were certain people who had constant bickering, kitch or gossip, or who would go through so many problems at the workplace. Suddenly stop attracting all that problem. They stop getting into conflicts. So the vibration of the name is made so yummy that the things that you attract in your life start to become yummy. Now again, there are a bunch of people who have such a yummy date of birth and who still have problems. And they come to me and say, Acha, you to said that if you have a bad date of birth, then only you attract bad things. But you could have a awesome and phenomenal, you could be a 1 and 6 combination. I know people who have like a 6 and 6 combination, you're ruled by Venus on both sides. And then your name is malefic. Now how does the name play into all of this? Every alphabet, every sound has a certain vibration and that is connected to a certain planet. So the moment we tweak the vibration in the name, from kitch we make it yummy and you start to attract yummy things in your life. So we're just basically doing some jugaad in the name to make it vibrationally compatible for you to attract what you want to. For example, you wear a certain lousy perfume, okay, like really bad perfume. You're going to attract people who are going to like that perfume. Now if you wear a really yummy perfume, okay, like whatever is your choice, you will attract a person who recognizes that thing or who appreciates that will get attracted. So every vibration you send out, that's the like that you will attract. So like attracts like, and that's how numerology works. So we make your name according to your profession. We give you your name correction based on what you do, because every profession needs a different energy. So I can't give somebody who's in the glamour industry, I can't give them a name correction based on education field. Now if you're a teacher or you're a politician, I can't give you something that's associated with the glamour industry. So like a person in the film industry is different from a person who's a business owner, is different from a person who's a politician, is different from a person who is a teacher, or so everybody has, and we also look at different things like friendly and enemy planets. So you can't, it's not like one formula fits all. Acha, number 6 acha hai to sabko de do. It's not like that. Every planet, depending on your date of birth, we have to see the interactions of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Now if I give you, like, sometimes it's also happened with people who have 2 really good planets. For example, I have several clients who've come to me and said, Acha, my date of birth is awesome and I think my name's also fine. Now they've done a name analysis and it seems fine. Now this is where human interaction comes in. Both your date of birth planets are enemy to each other. So this guy is good, this planet is also good, but they're enemy to each other. So they're like two nations, like, India Pakistan war happening in your date of birth. So basically you can't get benefit from either one of them. So that's why getting a name analysis, either you can get a name analysis report done online on numerologica.com, that's my website, or you can actually consult in person to know, does my name work for me? Is it helping me? Is it hurting me? Or is it doing nothing for me? Sometimes there are names that are contributive to you, that are helping you, and sometimes there are names that are dragging you down, and some names are just like neutral. They don't do anything. They neither help you, neither do they hurt you. So we've got to see whether your name is helping you, hurting you, or is it just keeping you stagnant. So that's the first thing we do. Then we work with your energy and see, acha, what is the mindset that you have that's controlling the things in your life. So I follow a multiple approach. I don't only look at numerology. It is important. I fix the crack in the foundation of the building. I tell people, acha, you can do all the other things, and then if your foundation is weak, then you'll basically come crumbling down, and after 6 months you'll be back to my doorstep. So that's why I fix the numerology first. Now the mindset change that I was talking about, there are people who get numerology done. Now I've had several of these cases. I have to say very, very honestly, I get people from different parts of the world, the country, who have done numerology and said, Sheelaa, I've seen your testimonials on Facebook, on YouTube, and your stories sound unreal. All right, so I'm going to tell you what happened there, okay? I am not loyal to only numerology. I'll do whatever works. So I follow numerology, I fix the crack in the foundation, but I know that everything adds up. So Vastu is 33% of your life's luck. So earth luck is very, very important. Vastu, Feng Shui, I marry the two. Now, you have to make sure that, you could have great numerology, but then your Vastu could be like draining out your fame and recognition. It could be draining out your wealth. So having a bathroom in the wrong place could be draining out some certain energy. So I make you fix that as well. So basically I've plugged that hole that could drain whatever good fortune you're attracting because of numerology. And most times you come to a numerologist, the numerologist will say, nahi, numerology is everything. There is nothing like psychic attack. There is nothing like nazar. There is nothing like, bad energy or whatever. So just follow numerology, you're good. An astrologer will say the same. A Vastu person will say the same. I do not follow one method. I know that there are merits in every system, every modality. So I first fix numerology, and that's why I look at Vastu Feng Shui, and then after that I do something called rewiring your brain, where we go to the back end, the code. It's like, if something's not working on your computer, you don't go to the front end, you go back to the code and you see, why am I creating this disaster? Because I've had people come to me who have got numerology done. They've got everything fixed and still things are not working. So you've got to understand, if something is persistent in your reality, there is somewhere that your subconscious mind is creating that. So I work with rewiring your brain, and that's something you have to come and learn from me in person, because I teach you the technique on how to do it. It's a one-day session, a full-day class where you will actually learn, and I basically do a bheja fry on you, where I completely change the whole program or the blueprint in your brain. And it's not something that I can explain. You just have to take my word for it. Come, get bheja fried, go back. And then you understand how, it's like syncing all your devices. You change your outer reality. It's like renovating your whole house. Your whole house was like a garbage bin. You've cleaned it all up, but then you've got to make that change here as well. So I do an all-around change for a person, and that's why I have so many crazy testimonials from normal, average, aam aadmi, normal people who come and give me video testimonials and tell me, "Acha, this happened, I got a promotion, I got into a job, I got into business, this happened, that happened." It's only because I do not leave any stone unturned. I'll do whatever works. I teach people rituals. When people come and consult me, I also don't abandon you after your first consult. There is a support group that I nurture. There's a study group that I have for everyone. So basically in a consult, you get only about 2% of Sheelaa Bajaj. And after that, if you're interested, you get so much knowledge. You get to learn how to create magic in your life from rituals, from chanting, from different practices. And I teach you all of that. Something that I've, accumulated over 2 decades. I kind of impart all of that slowly on that study group. So this is how I work with people. I use a combination approach. It's my own method that I follow. I go to the root cause of the problem and I treat it there. So I'm not looking at the symptom. I'm not looking at, acha, I fought with this one. I'm not looking at, acha, I got fired. What is the reason that there's trouble in your life? I go to the root, fix the root. I don't know what difference it will make in the outward reality. Sometimes a person comes because they're unhappy and then they end up getting a promotion. Sometimes a person comes because their relationships are going through a problem and then they ended up getting into business. So the side effects of doing a whole, paradigm shift in your life can change anything in your life. And you got to be prepared that I'm doing like a renovation. I'm upgrading my operating system. We upgrade so many things in our life. We renovate our house. We put money into like our wardrobe. We do so much to like do an outward change. But this is a change from inward. You're changing the root. You're upgrading your operating system. And you're changing your energy and upgrading it. So that's basically what happens at Sheelaa M. Bajaj Center.